What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And in this video here, what we're going to be talking about is the 4 key areas that you want to be focusing your attention on when you're just starting out as a clothing brand owner. This video is really going to help you focus your attention in the right places so that you can gain momentum for your clothing brand and actually get results from the very beginning. I think this video is going to be really good for you. Here it is. This video here is sponsored by my buds over at BrandCrowd. And BrandCrowd just came out with a brand new tool called the Logo Maker tool. What it is they have a huge library of professionally designed logos that are fully customizable. So you can add your own fonts, your own layout, your own colors to it. And this is all free to try. Once you decide that you actually like the logo, you can decide to actually purchase it, get the license for it, remove it from the marketplace so that it's entirely yours. If you're interested, follow the link in the description below for BrandCrowd, because if you want, you'll get 35% off at checkout if you follow that link. All right, so check it out. All right, so let's just crack into it here. The first key area that you want to be placing a lot of your attention on from the very beginning when you're just starting out is your brand identity. And I think that a lot of people have blockages in their head when it comes to figuring out their brand identity. They think that they know what they're doing. They think that they know what their brand's about. But if you really got to asking them what specifically is your brand about, what exactly is at the core of your brand, a lot of people are just sort of lost in terms of that really, really specific and focused idea and concept, okay? And I've told this story before, but when we first started out my own clothing brand, you know, we went a solid 6 months to a year barely making any sales with our brand. And that was mainly because we weren't focused on our identity enough. And it sounds like one of those things that, you know, like an old person would tell you to just like, you know, you need to figure out who you are and all that stuff. But it really is at the core of your clothing brand. You really do actually need to do that, as lame as it is, all right? As lame as it feels to sit back and really think about who you are, you've got to do it. And the second we changed our, you know, brand concept from representing the raw attitude of authentic Canadians to representing rural Canada, everything changed for us, okay? So I don't want you to underestimate the power and the significance of actually knowing your brand identity for your clothing brand. It will take you so far to actually get that all figured out and to actually, you know, figure out exactly who you are. It's almost everything when it comes to the foundation of your brand. Now, the second key area that you really want to focus on when you're just starting out is your website. And I say this because I think a lot of people who start up their brands don't do very well at creating a website that has a really solid user experience. I think most clothing brand owners try to do things that are way over the top on their website instead of just keeping it simple and creating a nice user experience, okay? Don't try to create too much crazy stuff and be way too over the top creative when you're just creating your first website for your clothing brand. The most important thing is getting that branding down, getting it so that your brand image looks really concise and put together, and so that the user experience is really simple and so that there's no errors, okay? Once you have that in place, you've got a pretty solid foundation between having a really, really strong brand identity figured out and a really, really nice looking website, okay? So the second key area here that I want you to focus on is getting your website looking professional so that when people come across your website, people are actually willing to buy from it and they're not deterred from it because your design is throwing them off or there's something on your website that's spelt wrong, okay? You really need to put in a lot of effort in actually, you know, going deep on your website and making sure everything is taken care of and that you're really, really detail oriented when you're looking at every aspect of your website. Now, the third key area that you want to be focusing on from the very beginning when you're starting out is Instagram. And particularly on Instagram, what I've been noticing a lot from a lot of brand owners that I've been doing these brand reviews for lately is most clothing brand owners on Instagram right now are posting way too much product images, those standalone product images with the white background, just trying to sell their products and not enough branded content, okay? Instagram is the place where you're going to build your brand image, okay? So most of the posts that you make on Instagram, you want to be posting your branded content, which means that all of the content that you post should be, you know, complementing your brand image and amplifying who you are as a clothing brand. Our clothing brand represents rural Canada. That means that almost all of the posts that we make on our account are about rural Canada. It's somebody out in rural Canada doing rural Canada things. Instead of just posting these straight up product images, you know, that don't really offer anybody any value, where people aren't like, oh, this is a cool brand. You know, you really want to just go really deep on your brand image, okay? And here's a $100,000 lesson for you. People will buy your clothing from you, even if you're just posting branded content without showing off your products too much, okay? Because if your brand is cool, that's all that really matters on Instagram. Then they'll check out your website and buy your products from there. You don't really need to show off your products too much. You don't need pictures where like the logo is fully showing on every single picture on Instagram. You can post pictures where, you know, all that they're wearing is a bandana that you can barely read K-Bud on, but they're still wearing K-Bud and it's branded really, really well. And people are like, okay, this looks sick. I'm gonna check out this company's website, and then they're willing to buy, okay? So don't get too caught up in just showing off your products all the time on Instagram. Work on building up that brand image, and then when people head over to your website, they're more likely to buy. The fourth key area that I'd be drilling into and really focusing on from the very beginning, if I were just starting out, is getting celebrity endorsements. And getting these celebrity endorsements becomes a lot easier once you've got the first, second, and third key areas all under control. Once you've got your brand identity figured out, once you've got your website looking good, and once you've got your Instagram account all looking nice and you've got your brand image all under control, it becomes a lot easier to land those celebrity endorsements. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't still be right now sending out messages trying to land those celebrity endorsements for your brand. And do not underestimate the value that this will provide your clothing brand with if you're able to land that celebrity endorsement from that celebrity who's aligned with your clothing brand's concept. It will just take you to a whole other realm of your ability to make sales and the easiness that you're able to make sales from. And this might mean that you have to send out hundreds of DMs before you get that first celebrity endorsement, but I say just do it. Whatever it takes to actually land that first endorsement, I say go for it. That's what I'd be focusing on. Those are the 4 key areas that I would be focusing on from the very beginning if I were to start up a brand new clothing brand today. Now, if you haven't checked it out already, I've shot a full-length clothing brand marketing masterclass video that's 100% free to watch. All you have to do to get access is go to www.apparelsuccess.com/masterclass. It's 100% free to watch. Check it out. And if your clothing brand is currently struggling right now and you want me to review your brand, check out every aspect of your clothing brand and give you feedback on it and suggestions for how you can improve, you can also sign up for a clothing brand review at www.apparelsuccess.com. Otherwise, if you've made it to this video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.